when the hour ticks over, all of those spawn locations will turn into unknown, and the one that was shiny before the spawn ticked over will be a shiny unknown if it can be shiny. If it turns into a W, you'll lose the shiny, but that's the only way that happens.
Tragic if that happens.
It is tragic,
my
but
gosh.
it works. It is very consistent. So, yeah. If you remember to do it, it's great.
I don't.
I have done it one time.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I did it once when we were in New York 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I traded a shiny Cottony for, I think it was a shiny R at the time.
Nice.
Yeah. So it works. It's great.
Okay.
I will not try to remind you because I know you don't care.
Yeah. Am I a bad player that I just don't care?
I think a little bit. I think like not doing it. I think not doing it at all over like 16 hours is a little bit harsh. Like it's arguably some of.
Say yes. You're supposed to say no. It's fine.
They're literally the rarest things you can get in the game. That's not a hat Pokemon.
You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening.
GoFest 2025 Global is finally here. Are you prepared?
Happy anniversary, Pokemon Go. Will the event be a flop, or will it Bulba-soar? And more on this episode of GoCast. Hello and welcome to the GoCast podcast, episode 330. It's June 26th, a Thursday afternoon. We're on the precipice. We are super duper close. That's a scientific term for GoFest Global is right around the corner. I'm your host, Chris, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle.
Hiya.
How you doing, Kyle?
Tired, but excited for the weekend. To be tired on the weekend.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. The older we get, we don't get less tired, even if we sleep more. You just learn to live with it in the room. You know, the sleep it becomes a personality quirk and nothing else. You know, it's that's just the way it is. All right. So we're here, folks. It's GoFest Global when you're listening to this, probably, or it just was after it for you if you didn't listen to it over the weekend. So we are here for our GoFest Global 2025 episode, which means that this episode we're going to cover a little bit of news that did get announced because, of course, we don't want to leave you out to dry when it comes to that. But make sure you stick around because in Gear Up, which so strange to say we're going to have a Gear Up section because a lot of times we don't, but in this very special edition of GoCast, we're going to be doing some GoFest prep. And we asked the good folks of our patron Discord some things that they would like for us to cover in addition to the regular stuff we always usually try to plan and cover. So hopefully it'll be more tailored to your specific interests of what to look out for and things like that. So excited to get to that. But before we do, Mr. Kyle, we need to face the music from last week.
Yeah.
We set some goals. We did, as we're wont to do. And it was prior to Jangmo-o Community Day. So we've got our shiny goals and all that stuff. So let's take a look at what you had down here. 25 shiny Jangmo-o. How did that go?
I did that. I got 27.
27? Oh, man.
So as the day was winding down, this is anecdotal, it's very relevant. I was very close to my goal, but I wasn't quite there yet. And I was thinking, oh no, I'm going to have this conversation on the show, whether a shiny Kommo-o counts towards my goal or not. Because for the first time in Community Day research history, I got a shiny evolution from one of the research encounters. So I'm like, awesome. Wait, it's not a Jangmo.
I think for the record, I think it would have counted.
You think it counts? I don't know.
I do.
But the goal says shiny Jangmo-o.
Yeah, I think that's splitting hairs, honestly.
Okay.
I think it's in the spirit of it because if you had caught a Jangmo-o from the research task, it would have also counted. So what if it's an evolved form? It's the same thing, you know? Maybe I'm feeling too kind.
See what everybody else has to say.
Sure. Okay.
But then I caught 2 more with my plus on the way home, so I was like, okay, well, it
Perfect.
solves that problem.
Perfect. Okay. So goal get on that one. Did you max your Hundo Jangmo-o?
I did. And I also caught another one. So that did not get maxed, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but the one you had to max was maxed.
I did. It's level 50 now. Rest in peace,
Great.
Stardust. But yeah.
Great. Okay. All right. Did you clear bag space? You were looking to get to 5,000 out of your 6,800 space.
I did. I'm at 4813.
Wow, you're a stronger man than I. That's for sure.
And so many shinies still to transfer.
Oh my
and still
gosh.
500 Pokemon to evolve. Well, tagged for evolution. I could evolve a lot more, obviously.
Oh man, that hurts me to hear, man. That stinks. Those shinies, they deserve better. They do.
I got rid of 6 shinies to Waddle today.
Waddle?
Yeah. We had a community day.
Oh, that's right. We did, didn't we? I was like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
Did we? How many of those do I have? Oh my God, I do. Oh, I've got a lot of those. Oh, whoopsies. Man, these all just blend together at some point in
Doesn't
time.
even want to share the number. It's probably like 34.
No. It was like 20. It's no big deal.
Okay.
That's still pretty bad. Anyway, so good
Yep.
job on that. Your Go Past Lucky Trinket?
I haven't claimed it yet, but I do have it. I'm
Okay.
like 148 on the pass. So, yeah.
Nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, I'm getting there too. I'm almost done with that one. That's great. 2 million experience.
I did do that.
Wow, you're just knocking them all out of the park this week. Oh my gosh. It's crazy what you can achieve when you play the game.
And set reasonable goals.
Yeah, I think probably more of that than the other one. And then speaking of reasonable goals, your last one was to have a bolt hunt. So we had the Yamper event as well.
I do have a bolt hunt.
Wow. Okay. That is 6 out of 6. Oh my gosh. Wowie zowie. Good job, man. Okay. For myself, 30 shiny Jangmo-o because I need to increase the number from whatever Kyle sets. Them's the rules. Shout out to Carlo. Yeah, I did get 30. I did the same thing. I got there like 30 minutes late because I was busy editing the episode, last week's episode, up until like the last minute to do Community Day, and I didn't want to wait to put it up until after Community Day was over. I felt like it was going to be too late in the day. So I got going about 30 minutes late, and about 2 hours of playing, I got my 30 shiny Jangmo-o.
My God.
Yeah, it was really lucky. I seriously got like 12 in the first 30 minutes, and then I had a slight drought, and then I hit my stride again, which is great. But I was not feeling so great. If you can still hear, I'm a little clogged up, but I wanted to call it quits earlier. But similarly to Kyle, on the way back, my plus got 2 more, so I also got 32, which is kind of a funny synchronicity. We love that. So it did do that. Yamper and Boltund, yes and yes. Any collection challenges? I don't even think there were any. Were there?
I don't think we had any collection challenges this last week.
Well, I did them because there were none to do. So sure. Any special research? I did knock everything out from this week. And then clear bag space, which is the big hurdle, the big lift here, down to 7,000 out of 9,000. And folks, I'm equal parts proud and saddened to report that I did not reach that goal, but I did transfer like 1,200 things. I'm down to like 7,400. I gave it the old college try. I really, really did.
Did you do all your Jangmo-o?
Yeah, the okay. Jangmo-o are done. Not the shinies, but the regular Jangmo-o, yes. And I went through, I got to tell you, my big one was clearing out costumed Pokemon from events that have just like accumulated.
It's so hard. I think I have 85 Pikachu.
Yeah.
I bet,
have a lot more than that.
Yeah, I know. And that's ridiculous just for me, though.
309 Pikachu.
Holy.
That's a problem. It's a problem. I think I have too many.
It's like, what, 0.5% of your inventory is Pikachu?
Yeah, which
I have 127.
Look, see? Not so easy now, huh? Is it?
But how could I possibly ever get rid of like the punk Pikachu? I only have 4 of them, and when am I'm not going to get more. I can't get rid of them.
Yeah, no, there's a ton of costume ones, and yeah, I've been like, okay, I'll keep 3 copies of each costume, but then you end up with a surplus of Pikachu anyway, because then you're like, do I want to keep the male ones and the female ones? And it's just like it's a recipe for personal tragedy and disaster all up in here. Crazy numbers. But yeah, I got pretty close. I'd have to start cutting into shinies and maybe going down to 2 for each costume, and then deciding if I want to just, like, I don't care about the male female, because I've already thrown XXL and XXS out the window, and I'm trying to be mindful of backgrounds, but I don't care.
Nah, I got rid of so many background Pokemon. I don't care.
Yeah,
if the Pokemon itself is special, the background makes it more special.
Yes.
Its background does not make a Pokemon special, is the way I see it.
Well, to us, I mean, it definitely does for the people. People care about that stuff,
of
right?
course, 100%. This is just my preference.
And like the location Go Fest ones, like the Necrozmas and stuff like that, or those Seattle location cards and stuff. I like those. I thought those were cool. But like these seasonal background ones,
I'm sorry.
Don't
seasonal
care.
ones are kind of okay. The community ones are garbage. I'm sorry. I think they're bad, and they are a way to force like value onto something that's not very good value.
Okay, sure. I'm there. Anyway, we're trying to say it's subjective. And for both of us, it's a wah, wah.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
Yeah, 100%.
It's fine. But yeah, you're right. I think if it's a special Pokemon, that's fine. For example, Jangmo Community Day, I also caught a new hundo, but it has the background, so that's exciting. But regular old Joe Schmo Jangmo, I don't really care. That's fine. Anyway, that was 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 for me. So unfortunately, I lose. Who would have guessed? Who would have foreseen this outcome? Goodness me. Alrighty, we've got a lot of stuff to cover here today, and as promised, we've got a little bit of news before we get into our Go Fest prep. So let's hop into that. Yo, what up? It's the news. Okay, our first piece of news here is the Pokemon GO's 9th anniversary event. The title of the article they put out was Celebrate 9 Years with Pokemon GO's 9th Anniversary Party. It's got a nice picture of Bulba-soar, Ivysaur, and Venusaur, which, look, last year, Kyle was telling me this before. He's reminding me that we had Squirtle because it was number, 8, right?
Yeah, it was either last year or the year before. Maybe it was the year before because it was
7.
Squirtle's number 7.
Yeah, they had
All the
done
years
that
blurred together.
And I was like, oh yeah, Bulbasaur number 9. No, it's not number 9. It's number 1, 2, 3 in the national decks. So almost fell for that trap. Thank you, Kyle, for saving me. But they got cute little party hats on there in the concept art here, or the title art, and a Gimme Ghoul showing off its coin. And if you really break out the microscope and you take a close look at the coin, it's got a 9 on it. So there's that. Keep that in mind as we move through the details here. Pokemon GO's 9th anniversary party will take place from Tuesday, July 1st at 10 a.m. to Sunday, July 6th at 8 p.m. local time. Pokemon debuts: Ivysaur wearing a party hat, Venusaur wearing a party hat, and Gimme Ghoul holding a 9th anniversary coin. The reason they don't mention Bulbasaur is because we've already gotten Bulbasaur with a party hat in the past. So the question is, will they allow us to evolve the older Bulbasaurs into our Venusaurs now? I hope so.
God, I hope so.
I do too. That would be great. Event bonuses: increased chance to become lucky friends, increased chance to get lucky Pokemon in trades. It's all about luck here. Pokestops may turn gold without a golden lure module. We've seen that before, right?
Yeah, that's not the first time.
Yeah, we've seen that before. Increased chance to encounter shiny Pikachu wearing a K-Cat and shiny Eevee wearing a party hat from raids. Gotta rate them. Gimme Ghoul holding a 9th anniversary coin will have a 9th anniversary themed special background. Look, there's special backgrounds, Kyle. Look at that. Look, you just see it?
Yeah.
It's the backgrounds we were just talking
shiny,
about.
The background will be cool.
Also shiny. Could you imagine if they did shiny backgrounds? It'd be so funny.
Hey, they could add the square shinies into the game. So
oh God, you keep that to yourself. Never say that again.
Marks win.
No. Friendship levels will increase faster than normal through opening gifts, trading Pokemon, or battling together in raids, gyms, or trainer battles. Chance of finding 9 or 99 or maybe more Gimme Ghoul coins when you spin a Pokestop with a golden lure module. During the 9th anniversary party, you may discover party hats in the wild. Tapping on them will award items or encounters with event-themed Pokemon. And also, for the first time in Pokemon GO, you might even encounter a shiny Gimme Ghoul if you're lucky. In addition to the above, the 9th anniversary party will have special bonuses on certain days. July 1st at 10 a.m. through July 3rd at 10 a.m. local time. Half egg hatch distance. July 3rd through July 5th at 10 a.m. will be 2 times XP for catching. And July 5th through July 6th will be 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon. So just a little extra on top, pretty much. Wild encounters. The following Pokemon will appear more frequently in the wild. Bulba-soar, Charmander, and Squirtle all wearing party hats. This will be the 5th or 6th, and maybe the 10th time we've seen them. First partner Pokemon will appear on certain dates throughout the event. They're not going to tell us, but there you go. Raids. The following Pokemon will appear in raids, as mentioned, Pikachu and Eevee. Pikachu with a K-Cat and Eevee wearing a party hat. Those will be in 1-star raids. They're implying that they'll be the only things in 1-star raids, so it'll be relatively easy to target if you are a shiny costume hunter. Field research task rewards. Complete them to get encounters with event-themed Pokemon. This includes Gimme Ghoul holding a 9th anniversary coin if you're lucky. So maybe you can get the shiny from there. There will be a free timed research opportunity available. Thanks for the opportunity. Timed research rewards include the following: XP, Stardust, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon, including Bulbasaur wearing a party hat, mentioned there, Wobbuffet wearing a party hat. We love Wobbuffet wearing a party hat. And then the 9th anniversary coin, Gimme Ghoul. And more. Always and more. Kyle, in all the years of us playing this game and covering this game, I have yet to catch an and more.
Did you move the van to check under it next to the sleeping man?
I didn't. Mostly because I would never in a million years ride on a cruise ship. So I'm never in that part of town. So, also not strong enough to move a van, turns out. Or the truck.
If it was in neutral,
right?
If it was in neutral, you could.
Maybe. And if it wasn't like going uphill, I guess if it was on a hill in neutral, it'd be moving itself, right? So that's fine. Anyway, moving on. Event ticket from for US $199 or the equivalent price in tier in local currency. You'll gain access to event exclusive timed research. Timed research rewards include the following: 1 super incubator, 1 max mushroom, and an encounter with Gimme Ghoul holding a 9th anniversary coin, and more. That's great. Masterwork research wish granted. It's coming back again, folks, for its whirlwind tour yet again. For US $4.99 or the equivalent price in tier in your local currency, you'll be able to pick up the Masterwork research story Wish Granted, which leads to an encounter with Shiny Jirachi. If you have already done this research, my Shiny Jirachi is marked for 2023, so that's round about there. If you have done it already, like you've already purchased this ticket research in the past, you cannot buy it again and do it again, but you do get bonuses that will happen during the time period of the 9th anniversary party event. And if you haven't gotten it yet, and then you buy the ticket, you get the Masterwork research and the bonuses. Those 3 bonuses are 2 times incense duration, 2 times daily incense duration, and 2 times lucky egg duration. So there's that.
Do you think these will have the same tasks? Do you think this will be identical? It's named identically, so...
Maybe.
For
the
those,
Kecleon step will be a big pain.
For those who don't remember, this is the one that has the encounter 10 Kecleon step, which roadblocked so many people for so long.
Right.
Also have 10 best buddies, I think, is step 2, which if you don't use the buddies, well...
Wait, what do you mean some people? You're some people.
Yeah, I am some people. You know that? I am some people who still have this Masterwork research because, well, it took me forever for best buddies, and now I have not seen a single Kecleon in months.
We'll see some this weekend. I guarantee it. You'll find 1 or 2.
I've spun a lot of stops the last few weeks.
By hand?
Yeah, well, no, I checked them because after my Plus has already spun them.
Okay. All right. Well, never fear, those of us that have already done this research. If you're still chomping at the bit to spend some money, Pokemon GO's got you covered. 9th Anniversary Ultra Ticket Box. The Pokemon GO web store is celebrating this exciting milestone with a 9th Anniversary Party Ultra Ticket Box. This offer features a time to research ticket, exclusive early access to the Party Hat avatar item, really lining up overnight for that, 3 bonus max potions, 3 max revives, and 1 star piece for US $4.99. There's that. Don't forget, you get double the reward points and eligible purchases when you shop at the Pokemon GO web store. Great. Awesome. New avatar items. The following avatar items will be available to purchase in the in-game shop during the event. There's a Team Valor, a Team Mystic, and a Team Instinct GO wristband. These are the most Digimon-looking things I have ever seen in my life. Like,
yeah.
I wanna swipe a card and Digimodify with these things. Like, come on now.
So
I'm gonna get one.
This is a first, right? This is the first time you've had something. I guess we've had like wristband, like a plain wristband or whatever, right?
Yeah, we have the mega
that's a necklace.
bracelets. We had the mega bracelets.
Mega bracelets. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, these look cool. I mean, don't get it twisted. By the way, when I say something, I say this a lot. When I say something looks like a Digimon, when I say something looks Digimon-like, please understand what that means. From me and Chris speak, is that it's really cool and like cooler than Pokemon. Because I'm broken.
I mean, I think they're awesome. Though they have a negative of not interacting with a lot of outfits. I think
maybe if they're smart, they'll just sit on top of everything.
I hope, because this is actually cool. This, whether you think it's goofy looking or not, this kind of customization is really cool. Because it's the small details that you usually don't have a ton of control over in the other outfits in this game.
Yeah. Also, pro tip: when these come out, everybody will have them on. I guess you have to buy them, so there'll be fewer. But if you wear it long enough, it'll soon just be you wearing it. That's the trick. That's the life hack.
Can I say that these look like a Power Ranger mask?
Yeah, they do.
Like
it's
the little
it's
white
the
part
gold,
by the wrist.
Gold lines. Yeah,
the white part by the wrist looks like the mouth guard. The little thing on the head looks like a little like headpiece. The eye visor. I don't know. I like it.
It looks particularly like the White Ranger stuff.
Yeah,
with the white and gold. Yeah, I'd agree. Which also the image has 4 wristbands in it. They only list 3. There's the red, blue, and yellow ones for each of the teams that they mentioned. And then there's a plain white one, which they don't mention. So I wonder if a neutral one will be available, or if they were just like, this image needs a third hand.
Yeah, it needs a fourth hand. It doesn't work with 3. Right. The symmetry's off.
Yeah, whatever. It'll be cool if there's another option, I suppose. But then why stop there? Why not give us purple, orange, green, Team Harmony? Let's go, There's going to be stickers. They're cute Bulba-soar related things. Bulba-soar, Ivysaur, Venusaur. That's with a big 9 on it. Party hats. Looks cute. I really like that the party hat on Ivysaur and Venusaur are over just like one ear.
Yeah, they had to figure something out.
It's adorable.
I wanted it on top of the flower.
Yeah, or so big that it encompasses the flower.
Well, no, I'm sure that like the Pokemon company is like, don't mess with the silhouettes.
Oh, maybe. That might actually
you look at like outfits in Unite. I feel like those kind of things don't happen.
Yeah, well, they're not going to put like Bulbasaur in a sundress, in Go, but in Unite, that's a thing that happens, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, that's the 9th anniversary event. Kyle, thoughts, feelings, concerns, perhaps.
Question, because it doesn't really say, and usually this kind of things will say, you only encounter Gimmighoul from Golden Lures, which they do mention briefly. It won't have the 9th coin if it's from a lure.
Yep.
And coin bags. So they don't mention coin bags here at all, which is a little bit strange. And does that mean there will be some that are spawning in the wild that they're just referring to?
I mean, they're also going to be in field research tasks.
but like usually there's a line of text that says open a coin bag to encounter Gimmighouls that have a 9th anniversary coin on it. The fact that that's missing feels a little bit strange to me, but that's what I'm expecting that I'll need to do.
I would imagine that they still will. And at the very least, they'll probably spawn underneath the golden lure modules that happen naturally.
Yeah, but those won't have coins. So the anniversary coin.
They won't? How do you know that?
It says it right here on the first Pokemon debut line. Golden lure modules don't attract Gimmighouls holding a 9th anniversary coin.
Oh, yeah, look at that. You're so right. Huh. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe coin bags? Maybe not. That seems strange.
It's kind of absent. That's the only thing. I don't care one way or another. I'm just confused, obviously. I don't know if you've looked at Shiny Goldengo or not, but it's bad. It's Garchomp, Gengar, Pikachu levels of bad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, its accent color changes, but that really isn't doing anything for it, is it?
Like the opportunity to make it silver or platinum was right there.
Silver would have been slick.
So that's really disappointing. I love Gimmighoul. Chest form, just to be clear. Gimmighoul in Go is very silly. Don't care for it. And Goldengo's awesome. But Gimmighoul's so small that like, I don't know, a costume on it. Well, costume, quote unquote, an anniversary coin on it. Catch me not excited for that.
Catch me not excited. Love that.
And I'm tired of seeing starters. So if I'm going to have to see starters for a whole week, oh boy.
Unfortunately, that is kind of the case with these anniversary events.
Yeah,
it'd be fine if they lower the catch rate or raise the catch rate, make them easier to catch. Then I'd be down for it. And I do like the party hats. I think they're cute and stuff. It'd be nice for a chance to catch the shiny party hats, yada yada yada. But I'm not falling over myself excited. It'll be fine. It's a cool event. I like the bonuses. It's fine. I'm here for it. Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's move along here because we got so much stuff to cover in this episode. The July 2025 Community Day was announced, and it is Quaxly. It's going to be Sunday, July 20th from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. Featured attack for Quaxly, actually, Quaquaval, will be Hydro Cannon, surprising nobody. Trainer battles and gyms and raids. It has 80 power in trainer battles and 90 power in gyms and raids. But it will also get the opportunity to learn a new move called Aqua Step, which in trainer battles and gyms and raids has 55 power. But additionally, in trainer battles, it increases attack by 1 stage. We love moves like this. I assume we do. I don't PvP that much. So
water type power up punch. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Yep, perfecto. Special research 199. 3 encounters with the Quaxly that have delightful days themed special backgrounds. Additional encounters with Quaxly. 1 premium battle pass. 1 rare candy XL. There's going to be a special background timed research for catch a Pokemon every day for 5 days after the fact. It's the usual fare. The event bonuses is what people want to know about. 3 times catch Stardust, and then the usual slew of 2 times candy. If you can't get XL, it applies there. Lure modules and incense will last for 3 hours if used during the event. Take a snapshot. 1 additional special trade, and trades are 50% Stardust off. And then field research, complete those to get Stardust, Great Balls, and additional encounters with Quaxly. And there will be a Web Store Ultra Community Day box, which you could purchase. Instead of buying your ticket in the in-game store, you'll get a little bit more from the web store, as always. Not much to say here. We can't even really... When it comes to community days that are on a starter, there really is no room for commentary because it needs to happen, right? It's not a Sawaddle, for example. It's not a Spice Pick,
Well, and they're all good. Like, all starter community days are good.
Yeah, and they're fine, and they're all fan favorites because people love their first partner Pokemon.
Yeah.
Even when you don't. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Chikorita, but we went hard on Chikorita Day anyway. I'll never forget. That was like 3 shinies in a row for you that one time. That's crazy.
Oh man.
the anomaly that it is. So that's it. Quaxly, thumbs up. Blue Duck.
Yeah, Quaxly is good.
Quaxly's good.
Quaquaval is less good, but that's okay.
I love Quaquaval.
No.
Quaquaval or Inteleon. The pain on his face. The pain on his face.
I'm going to say Inteleon.
Why?
Because Gigantamax Inteleon uses its tail as a sniper tower, and that's really cool.
Yeah, but Quaquaval went to dance school.
It's bad. If Quaquaval like moves weird when it like is in the overworld and stuff, no.
See, okay, folks, you haven't seen this, but Kyle can move it on the dance floor, and so he's qualified to make this judgment. Don't be shy. It's okay. It's fine. I've seen you do a little salsa behind the line before. It's it's there. It's there. It's rare, but it's there.
Meowscarada is better than Quaquaval, and that should stay a lot because I'm not a huge fan of Meowscarada either.
I love Meowscarada. Yeah, whatever, Fuecoco fan. Whatever, dude.
Fuecoco.
Head empty.
It's so good. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. Last piece of news before we get to our GoFest stuff is, ironically, some more GoFest 2025 information. So there were some things that were announced. There was like a follow-up, like full GoFest 2025 details, including rotations and habitats and Ultra Unlock stuff. Kyle's going to cover a lot of that in the regular prep session, like habitats and rotations and highlights and things like that, of course, right? But one thing we're not going to be covering there for prep is the Ultra Unlock challenges. So we're going to take that small piece and talk about it here instead because it makes more sense. All right? Great. Good talk. During each habitat hour on Saturday and Sunday, ticket holding trainers around the world can work together to complete a global challenge! If the challenge is completed in time, a special bonus will be unlocked for the remainder of the hour for ticket-holding trainers. Trainers can activate upgraded versions of upcoming events by completing hourly global challenges during GoFest 2025 Global. A new Ultra Unlock event will activate at 15, 30, and 45 successful global challenges. Fear not, trainers, we will hit 45. Ultra Unlock Part 1, Hisui Celebration. If trainers complete 15 hourly global challenges, they'll boost Hisuian Celebration, an event that will take place from Tuesday, July 8th at 10 a.m. to Sunday, July 13th at 8 p.m. local time. No details on it, but it is going to happen. Ultra Unlock Part 2, Steel and Scales. If trainers complete a total of 30 global challenges, they'll boost Steel and Scales. This event will take place from Tuesday, July 22nd at 10 a.m. to Sunday, July 27th at 8 p.m. local time. It's a nice long event. Love that. Ultra Unlock Part 3, Origin Raid Day. Woo! Wow. If trainers complete a total of 45 global challenges, they'll boost Origin Raid Day. And that event will take place on Sunday, August 10th, 2025. No time yet. I guess it'll just be the entire day. It'll probably be a certain amount of time. We'll get more details on it later, is what that means. But just so you know, we're working towards something, and that is improved events later down the road. We don't know what this looks like when we fail because we haven't failed in the past, and we won't fail this time.
Nope. But also, this is like, it's set up a little bit different. So I don't know if that's really a positive or a negative. It just kind of is. Instead of saying, hey, you'll unlock this, instead it's you'll enhance this.
Oh, yeah.
Like previous Ultra Unlocks would have been, you'll unlock this event that's going to happen.
But I thought they said that you would unlock a better version in the past.
I don't think so.
I could have sworn, but
I'll double check after we post this episode, and we'll see later. But
okay, either way, the spirit's the same.
Yeah, but it's also like this feels a little bit better because it also is telling us what exactly to expect. More or less. Like you're getting this event, you're getting this event, you're getting this event. Whereas the previous Ultra Unlocks have been very vague.
Okay,
until
so
they happen.
here's my counterpoint. We don't know what these events are consist of yet, and we won't know that until probably after we've achieved these boosts this weekend. So it's kind of the same.
Look, you're technically right, but a Hisui celebration only has like 8 Pokemon to pick from, so it's not a surprise. And
Sure.
Origin Raid Day technically only has 3 to pick from, and one of them is not going to happen because it's just Giratina. So the other 2 are significantly more important. So it's very clearly what that's going to be. So Steel and Scales is the only one that actually is in question.
Yeah, they're just going to give us Jangmo again.
Oh my god,
That's going to do it.
Oh my god,
that's it. Yeah, wonderful. Great. So there's that. It is delightfully vague, but yes, Kyle is correct. At least we didn't get question marks, and then just some dates. We do have specific details of like what the event will be, or called at least. So you're right. I will concede that point. Good job. Okay, that's enough yapping for me. That's the news, more or less, which means that we get to really get into the meat and potato of this episode, which is going to be Gear Up, where Kyle's going to help us do some GoFest global preparation.
For Gear Up, Chris already kind of spoiled it, but it's not really preparation so much as we're just going to talk about what we're expecting and to see and looking forward to in GoFest, as well as some tips that have been requested and I also thought would be helpful.
One might say that after listening to this, you would be more prepared for the event.
Maybe. I don't feel prepared at all, and I wrote it, so.
Okay. Magic.
We're going to talk about the spawn pools and the biomes in general first, especially because of some of the information from the Ultra Unlock, which basically they told us when the biomes are going to be rotating, which is very helpful if you are planning out your day and there's one biome in particular you don't care as much for. I will say before we go into it, the biomes feel much more balanced before than they have in past. But obviously it always is subjective because usually there's one biome where everyone's like, I don't really care what's in there. That's just sure.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily feel that way as much, and we'll talk about that as we cover them. Because first up, we have Moonless Volcano, which is going to be 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. For spawns, we have Houndour, Nummel, Duskull, Gothita, Golett, Fletchling, Flabebe Red, Skrelp, Fuecoco, if you're lucky, Carbink, and spawning on Incense, Torkoal. So, okay, aside from Carbink, because it's one of the new shinies, is anything else interesting here for you?
Flabebe Red, I suppose, if you're trying to shiny hunt, because it's a regional thing, so I guess there's that. But the rest of this is kind of regular fare. I mean, Fuecoco can be shiny, but we had the community there.
Depending on when you've played also, Torkoal, because depends on how long you've played, what events you've been to and stuff. But that is technically a regional, even if it's been around forever now.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Too noteworthy, I'd say, especially, and everything else is personal preference. And then now a general tip, if you care about min-maxing your XL candies using Mega Pokemon, your best choice for Mega in this hour is Mega Houndoom, unless you are specifically targeting something. Just want to make this very clear. Mega Houndoom. Just to be very clear, because there are 4 fire types and 2 dark types in this hour. So you're maximizing your coverage. I imagine most people will probably want to evolve or Mega Evolve something like Diancie to maximize Carbink candy.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But if you already are thinking about that, you don't need this advice. So
true. That's fair.
That's my thought process there. Next up, we have Galvanic Dojo, which is from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Spawning there is going to be Machop, Electabuzz, Teddiursa, Scraggy, Chespin, Flabebe Yellow, Pancham, Dedenne, Crabrawler, Mienfoo spawning rarely, and Skidoo spawning from Incense. Now, the clear winner on that one is the Skidoo spawning from incense, depending on what you've done. Like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, I would say, I mean, you said before that these all seem pretty balanced. If I had to say, this one seems really weak in comparison.
I will agree for sure.
Yeah.
But like, Skidoo is really good. If you haven't had the opportunity to go to one of the major safaris that he has been featured at, like, that is warping enough in and of itself to want to shiny hunt if you're lucky.
It's true, but unfortunately, it's the incense spawn.
You're correct. But at the same time, that means that you have to go the hardest on that hour to make the most of it.
Right. And I'm a little disappointed because almost every year we talk about, all right, we have to sacrifice 1 hour of going hard because we have to go eat something, right?
Yeah.
And this one's 11 to 12 and 3 to 4, which is like not lunch and not dinner.
Yep. Yeah. It's like you can't really like pause here because you've only been playing for an hour at this point.
Right. Yeah. Like, okay, let's go to Wendy's. So we just got here. Like,
yeah. For megas for this hour, there's not a lot of like overlap and coverage for these spawns. There's 5 fighting types and 2 fairy types as the overlap. So any fighting type mega is good, unless, again, you have a specific Pokemon you're targeting. Lucario, Medicham, Blaziken being the fighting megas. There is also, actually, I didn't put it on here, it just occurred to me, Mega Lopunny is actually going to be good because of the all-day spawns, which we will cover at the end here for normal fighting coverage. But next up, we have Hypnotic Tundra. 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. There's Alolan Sandshrew, Swinub, Spheal, Piplup, Snover, Munna, LGM, Flabebe Blue, Bergmite, and if you're lucky, Frigibax. And on Incense is Pachirisu. And of course, this is the Frigibax hour. This is the one, this is the battle hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, during lunch.
It's perfect lunchtime.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's a rough one to plan your day around. I will say that.
Yeah. I think that this is stronger. But I mean, Shiny LGM is a pseudo chase. It's like an uncommon chase for some people, right?
Yeah.
And Bergmite, I guess. Question mark.
Shiny LGM is probably my secondary call out here after Frigibax, of course.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But as for megas, a lot of ice types, some 2 water, 2 psychic. So Abomasnow and Glalie are both equally good because there's no other overlap that's really worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Lastly, we have the Fey Swamp. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's lunchtime. It's dinner time. Clefairy, Tentacool, Mawile, Gulpin, Venipede, Poplio, Marini, Morlo, Togetic, Flabebe, orange, if you're lucky, and Klefki on Incense.
Oh.
Now, Klefki on Incense is a big deal for a lot of people, but
yeah,
not for me.
Marini.
This hour has Marini, which is the really call out.
Yeah.
I love this Pokemon. Marini's awesome. Morlul is more Stardust.
Mawile is usually a raid encounter. Well, it used to be. I don't think it really has that stigma anymore. But it used to be.
It's an uncommon encounter, though, for sure.
Tentacool is also uncommon.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think that depends where you live.
Really?
More so.
I mean, like, I've been near like ocean and stuff, and I like still never see it. But it's always there's always an event. That's the problem with this. There's always an event going on.
It's true.
So
All right. For megas, you got 6 fairy and 4 poison types. Unfortunately, I don't believe there is a fairy poison mega, so you got to make a decision here. If you want poison, Venusaur, Beedrill. If you want fairy, Gardevoir, Diancie, Mawile, Audino, you know the drill there. They're all the same, so it doesn't matter. Venusaur and Beedrill have the benefits of boosting bug and grass respectively, so you can make your decision there. Really, if you want to boost Venipede or not, or Morlo.
Yeah.
But Who needs more Morlul XL candy, I guess.
This habitat rather suffers, I think, a lot from the fact that Flabébé Orange is taking up the lucky slot.
It really does.
Yeah.
I think they knew that, though, which is why Marini is here and Morlul is here.
Yeah.
The problem, of course, is that people going hard at GoFest, I feel could be a generalization, don't care about Stardust. Like, that's not what you're playing this event for. It's a bonus for sure, but you're not like, oh my God, it's the Stardust hour, because they don't, that's not really what's happening.
I mean, if you're playing and you're trying to find something to really be excited about, maybe it's that,
We've got some more spawns to cover, though, because all day Saturday, there's going to be some spawns that will spawn all habitats. You have Chansey, Skarmory, Larvitar, Shieldon, Shelmet, Vullaby, Oranguru, Gumi, and unknown on Incense, spelling out Shield, Shield.
Thank you.
Now, this is just a note for Mega on Saturdays. If you want to boost Zamazenta, I cannot express this enough, you need a fighting type Mega. You do not catch the crowned form. It is the uncrowned form, or I don't remember the name of it.
Lone Hero or something like that.
Lone Hero, yeah, or something.
Something hero.
I don't know. And that is a mono fighting type. They don't gain the steel type until they're crowned form. Just want to really drill that home for people so you don't lose out.
Hero of many battles.
Oh, okay, I get it, because it's like scarred and stuff like that.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, the note about Lopunny, if you want Chansey XL candy, because maybe you didn't get to grind the Chansey community as hard as you wanted to, and now you're lacking on a Blissey for max battles.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Lopunny has pretty good all-day coverage if you're raiding. If you're raiding, it covers the raid, it covers Chansey, it covers an entire hour as well just by itself. So it's a good generalist over the course of Saturday. All day Sunday, we have Galarian Farfetch'd, Cubone, Ralts, Carablast, Pawniard, Dino, Passimian, Jangmo-O, and unknown on Incense, spelling out Sword, SWORD. Just as a special note, W cannot be shiny. Don't chase it. Don't be upset if you don't find it.
Or be upset. Be upset, and then, I don't know, blame somebody.
That's fine.
Blame Scopely. We can start saying that now. Yay, new branding.
I will not do it. I cannot, in good conscience, do it until the logo at the opening of the game is not Niantic.
Yeah.
I have to say Niantic Scopely until then. It just, my brain won't.
Niantic Scopely, artist formerly known as Niantic.
Exactly.
Am I weird for thinking that Cubone in here is hilarious?
It's kind of weird.
It stands out, right?
It stands out. But does it stand out? It does. I was going to say, does it stand out any more than Skarmory? But it does.
Yes, it certainly does.
It does.
Yeah.
It's... I don't know what they were going for with Cubone, because like Cubone and Skarmory are kind of the mirror, but like Galarian Farfetch'd is also a little bit weird. Doesn't really fit with anything else either. But it's at least uncommon.
So. Oh, it's also a Sword and Shield Pokemon.
Yeah, but there's no one Saturday is like that.
Chansey.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're gonna move on because one more comment here. For Megas on Sunday, same note but different. It has to be a fairy type Mega for Zacian. If you don't evolve a fairy type Mega, you won't get the bonus. It's not a steel type until it is the crowned form. Very important. I have to remember this too because I need to evolve a fairy type.
Same, but different.
So
yeah. Understood. I'm so over the Oranguru Passimian stuff.
Me too.
I'm so over it.
You know, I can say I'm over it, but I don't have a shiny Passimian.
Are you sure?
Yeah. When they did the event that had both of them, I only got a Oranguru. Whatever that was.
That is frustrating.
I think I got
4. I could give you one.
You have 4 Passimian. Hang on. We have to make sure I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the Passimian.
It's a good shiny, too.
I have 2 Oranguru. That's a good
It's
shiny.
really
I got
good
2
shiny.
Orangaroos. I was at GoFest last year.
Yeah. You only have 2?
Yep.
Did you not do the research event?
No, I did not.
Okay, I've got 7 of those bad boys.
Oh, God. I'm glad
That's
I
a
didn't.
really good
Okay.
shiny as well.
All right. That's all of the spawns just generally in the wild.
Yep.
But there's a few more things. Number one, I want to talk about Unknown, because for the last 2 years now, it's been more than 2 years, hasn't it? Time is irrelevant.
Yeah.
At the top of the hour at every GoFest, all spawns have turned over to Unknown for, I believe, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's a very important thing you can do called I don't know if we have a name for it, but it's the Unknown Shiny trick, where at the top of the hour, well, before the top of the hour, a few minutes before, turn off your plus, turn off whatever you have that's catching Pokemon, move to a new dense spawn location, as many as you can find, and shiny check everything around you. Find a shiny. Don't catch it. Just take note of which one it is. When the hour ticks over, all of those spawn locations will turn into Unknown, and the one that was shiny before the spawn ticked over will be a shiny Unknown if it can be shiny. If it turns into a W, you'll lose the shiny, but that's the only way that happens.
Tragic if that happens.
It is tragic,
my
but
gosh.
it works. It is very consistent. So,
Yep.
yeah. If you remember to do it, it's great.
I don't.
I have done it one time.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I did it once when we were in New York 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I traded a shiny Cottony for, I think it was a shiny R at the time.
Nice.
Yeah. So it works. It's great.
Okay.
I will not try to remind you because I know you don't care.
Yeah. Am I a bad player that I just don't care?
I think a little bit. I think doing it. I think not doing it at all over 16 hours is a little bit harsh. It's arguably some of.
Say yes. You're supposed to say no. It's fine.
They're literally the rarest things you can get in the game. That's not a hat Pokemon.
Yeah, but I just don't care. I have plenty of. You know what catches the most shiny Unknown for me?
Yeah.
My plus.
Yeah.
My plus gets them all the time. They run for me when I try to hand catch them.
Oh my goodness.
It's happened twice. One time I was in Millennium Park, and I'll never forget because I almost crashed out. Very upset.
Oh no! I needed to see how many Unknown I have 9 shiny Unknown.
Wow, I think you got me beat.
I did trade for one of them. One of them was traded for
That's
Andy
cheating.
in New York last year.
Oh my gosh, dude, I always spell shiny with an A because my fingers are so stinking big. Oh, I have 14 actually. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, yeah, to be fair, you've been to a couple more events that have had them, so I hope you've gotten more there.
2 H's, 2 E's, and 2 O's. The rest of them are not repeats.
I'm not gonna do this. Not gonna look at those letters. We're gonna move on. Because next up, there's not much to say here. We have raids. 1-star raids are just Frigibacks and Dapper Pikachu with accents. Red, blue, and yellow. 3 different kinds. 3-star raids is Phalanx with the train hat. So if you want a whale and you didn't get to go in person, this is your opportunity, I suppose.
Yeah.
Feels bad.
It feels weird saying a train hat when it's really just train cosplay.
Yeah, but it's the first one's got a hat on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
How many did you get in New York?
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for 5-star raids, Saturday all day is just Zamazenta, and Sunday all day is just Zacian.
Yes, sir.
Now, I respect the dividing them up, but at the same time, I hate the dividing them up because it means that if you don't get to play one day, you just don't get to encounter one of them.
Yeah,
and that's
that is a bummer.
A big bummer.
Yeah. And if you haven't gone to one of the in-person events and stuff like that, you really are, up a creek without a paddle in that case.
The
if it just
nice
happens
part
to
is
be,
you can do 12 remote raids.
Uh-huh.
Pay $15 or $20, do that and get the energy you need if you know people on the other side of the world to get it to you when you have the free time.
Right.
That feels kind of bad to say, but I understand the idea. I'm not necessarily against it. This may be better for more people than it is worse for more people. Versus last year where
probably.
it was hard. It was hard maybe to get the ones you wanted because maybe it kept spawning the other one kind of thing and you didn't have as many gyms.
I mean, when paired with the information of the spawns, the all-day spawns on each day, I think it does create more of a cohesive sort of thematic feel for sure. But it could have gone either way. I think the pro and con lists are equal,
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, I'm like, if you didn't like it, make sure your voice is known at least. Not Niantic, Scopely, they do listen despite what it feels like.
They do.
And they care because this means how much people actually play or spend on the game.
Yep.
When a decision like this, it matters.
This also might have been a good way of them because I'm sure in the past it's been like people play really hard on Saturday and then people don't play on Sunday, or something like that, or they play on one day and not the other. Maybe this is an attempt to get people to play both days.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, we're going to talk about eggs.
Yay!
Which actually, there was a news article, update, blog post, whatever you want to call it, on Sunday about this. Chris, have you hatched a lot of eggs so far this week?
I have, actually.
You getting anything good?
Yes. I have hatched a number of shiny things, actually, this week.
Oh, no.
I hatched a Pawniard and a Lapras.
What? Okay, so those are not... Okay. Well, one of those is. One of those is not.
Beyond that, I did hatch a red, orange, and blue Flabébé.
Oh,
which was nice.
So, and there you go. That's actually what we're going to talk about here, because if you have a ticket for GoFest all this week, you've been getting event eggs, which is new. This is a weird way of handling this. I don't know how I feel about it. Let's talk through it first.
Well, there's a hatch bonus active right now too, I should say. It's half hatch distance.
You get half hatch distance if you have the pass. If you bought the ancient pass, you get half hatch distance.
Yeah, so I'm saying it synergizes, which is nice.
Yeah. It's just, it's not in the details for GoFest Global. If you go to like GoFest Global's blog post, which is why it confused me. I was like, where are the eggs? And then I missed this news update. And I was like, okay. So starting this week on Monday, 2 kilometer eggs. If you have the ticket already purchased, you get special 2 kilometer and 5 kilometer eggs. In 2 kilometer eggs right now through Sunday, you can encounter or hatch Carablast, Shelmet, Golett, Pawniard, Vullaby, Pancham, Oranguru, Passimian, and if you're lucky, you might even hatch orange, red, blue, and yellow Flabébé.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be straight up right now. This is trash. This 2 kilometer egg pool is bad.
It's fine. It just makes 2Ks a little bit more exciting because that pool is generally unexciting.
And also, to be clear, obviously everything here can be shiny. But like, I don't know, there's nothing exciting to hatch here at all.
No. You know what would have been better? If you could hatch Larvesta, and if you're lucky, Larvesta.
I don't know. What about Frigibacks?
Larvesta, and if you're lucky, Frigibacks. That's fine.
See, there you go. There you go. All right. Now, but for 5 kilometer eggs, right now, through the weekend, you can encounter and hatch, I should say, Togepi, Torkoal, Pachirisu, Mienfoo, Skiddo, Carbink, Gumi, Klefki, Jangmo-o, and Frigibacks.
Now that's a pool.
Now this is a pool.
Yeah.
Klefki cannot be shiny, just to be clear here.
Whatever.
Everything else can be. And minus Togepi, this is a pretty good pool of Pokemon. I know some people at this point are really tired of hatching Carbink and seeing them, but it's shiny now, so you don't get to have
Get
that
over it.
anymore.
Too bad.
Yeah, this is great. This is a great pool. It's in 5Ks instead of 10Ks.
Yep.
Which means if I spin a stop this weekend and I see a 10K egg, I'm losing it.
Kyle's
losing
crashing out on stream.
I'm going to crash out in the middle of the town square.
Which literally we're going to be playing in a town square. So it's not just a turn of phrase. He will. He will.
Oh, man.
We'll have to put it on our TikTok account that doesn't exist.
Yeah, so those are eggs.
Yeah.
If you have the deluxe pass, you get half eggs hatch distance. If you don't, you don't, which feels bad. But
Feels
other
awful.
than that, imperative buy incubators. Just have a note here. There's no max battles. No notes, no comments, no external events or anything special about max battles for the entire event as far as I can see.
Yeah, so that's true, right? So then that raises a good question of like what's going to happen with power spots, because they're not just going to like go away, you know.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I kind of would like them to.
Yeah, clear it up a little bit, simplify it. Sure.
I don't want to have to worry about seeing other stuff on the map, especially because like I'm going to play for 8 hours. I'm going to be out of max particles. I'm not buying particle packs.
Yeah, and it's going to be like, oh, do you guys want to do this max battle over here? It'll pull you away from doing regular raids. Like, you don't want to have to keep having that conversation.
Yeah, so like, obviously max battles are not going to disappear, but it's probably for the better that they're not featured right now.
I'm surprised, honestly, very surprised that Cinderace and Inteleon and Rillaboom are not going to be, or at least not mentioned, featured.
Yeah,
they might very well
maybe
show
they will
up.
be there.
Yeah, but
it's
yeah, you know.
Last thing I wanted to talk about here is spending money.
It is GoFest.
Yeah, at GoFest. I was looking at the web store. Have you looked at the web store in the last few days?
Yeah.
See, like the boxes. Have you spent money in the last few days, or are you waiting?
I'm waiting.
Okay, I'm also waiting. But given
I
the
will.
timers on there, I already know what I'm buying.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna review it really quick, but please tell me what's going on in your head.
I mean, there's a rating box. There's a hatching box. There's a couple of like smaller boxes that I don't think are worth mentioning too much. And then there's an ultimate box. Now,
that's the one I'm probably going to buy.
The rating box, though, is 40 passes for $20
mm-hmm.
plus 3 remote raid passes. So, like, that's great. Like, that's really good. That's 50 cents a pass, which historically has to be one of the lower prices, as far as I can recall. The hatch box, I feel, is a little bit less good. It's $40 for 30 super and 25 regular incubators and 2 poffins, which I'm not counting.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's whatever. I would, not gonna lie, I would not recommend buying that one unless you only care about eggs and nothing else. And then there's the ultimate box, which is 60 super, 60 regular, 30 raid passes, 3 remotes, 3 max particle packs, which the particle packs are nice. We have learned this last week, for those of us who are not crazy spenders, the max you can hold is 12. Can't hold more than that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
There was some confusion this week about that. This is the $100 box. I will probably be buying this.
I just did.
I will probably buy this, and I will probably buy the Ultra Raid box as well.
Oh, really? Look at you go, man.
Well, I don't have any raid passes right now. I think I probably have like 18 raid passes. So this will give me passes for days.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Do I not have any raid passes right now?
Oh,
no. Okay.
Whoa.
I have 20.
Oh,
I have
okay.
20. And then I'm also going to be spending money on coins to specifically remote raid because,
Yeah. I think they need to do away with the limit that you can hold. I think it's silly now.
I agree. It's so frustrating to scramble to join a remote raid if you didn't remember, especially during an event where it's like I'm doing other things.
Right. Exactly right.
Also, this is a perfect time, I guess, to mention it, even though it's so late in the show now. If you haven't bought the Deluxe Ancient Recovered pass and you plan on it, the one in the games, the Pokemon GO store, is a really good deal.
Yeah.
It's probably the best one for web store bonuses that they've had of this kind. You get 5 raid passes, 5 particle packs and a max mushroom on top of the pass itself for $20. So really, if you were going to spend money on raid passes and or max particles, you're getting the gold bottle cap for $10 instead of the 20, more or less.
Yeah.
Which is, it's really good. So if you're on the fence about that, that bundle is actually really tempting. And I think that's all that I had to say about GoFest Global Prep.
Okay. All right, folks. Well, hopefully you've dialed in on the highlights and things like that, and you are ready to craft your own goals. Kyle and I already have our goals set up, but we're not quite there in the show yet. I'm kind of excited. For me, it's less exciting because it's just like whatever I missed at Jersey, honestly. But yeah, I'm excited. Actually, I will admit, honestly, spawn pools for this one are a little. In comparison to previous Go Fest, the chases are fine for sure, but
you know what?
I just
we didn't say it in that little section there, but it's worth mentioning. Pikachu are only in raids. They're not taking up a spawn slot, which is a positive and a negative.
Yeah.
For some people, that is the sell of the hour. Is I want a shiny hat Pikachu.
Yep.
2 years ago, we had 4 of them, with different colors that you couldn't even see.
The tiaras.
The tiaras, yes.
Yeah.
So,
those are cute.
I have seen displeasure online of the fact that if you are free to play, that's not accessible to you basically at all.
Yeah.
Whereas previous years, even free to play, if you don't have any of the boosts from the ticket, you could catch the Pikachus.
Right.
Just worth mentioning, that's all.
No, I think that's a fair call out for sure. But at least you know where they are and you can kind of target them kind of sort of. You have to, if you're looking to complete the set, you have to find and wait for the specific colors to spawn in the raids and stuff. Like I'm missing only one. I need the Instinct, the yellow one. So I'm going to be doing those in particular, but I don't need the red or the blue ones. I got those shinies already. So I'm jumping to the end of the line and straight to the frustrating part where I gotta. It's not just any of them. I'm waiting for one, and people will likely be in that spot. So there you go. But yeah, all right. Thank you, Mr. Kyle. It was nice to have Gear Up. We love it. And good luck, everybody, with your GoFest Global stuff. We're going to take a quick little break here. When we come back, it's going to be time for PokéPoll, and then we will be doing some emails and setting our goals and getting out of here. So be right back.
And we're back with last week's PokéPoll, which was, if you intend to purchase the Deluxe Go Pass, which Pokemon will you choose to use your first gold bottle cap on to Hypertrain, and why? First response from Lemurio said, I think I will use it on Mew. I've always liked Mew, and I have the one with bad stats close to Best Buddy, so it is also one of the few one-of-a-kind Pokemon that I could get to 50. For me, if I go to the money of the golden bottle cap, I'm going to max it. The only other one I've considered was my Dynamax Shiny Metapod, because it would be hilarious. $20 hilarious? Probably not.
I think it is.
If it could be a Gigantamax Butterfree eventually.
Yeah.
It can't be. So
I know that's we might get Max Soup in the future. Who knows? But
5 years from now.
Doubtful. Yeah. We're going to move through these pretty quick because we're not going to, judge people's decisions on whether or not their choice is good or bad. Because, maybe. We'll see. We might make a couple of exceptions along the way, but we had a lot of responses. It's a very popular question. Memorandum said, I am torn. On one hand, I want to use it on my shiny lucky Pokemon that are close to being hundos, but I have too many, and I am pretty sure their stats are good enough, and maxing them won't change too much of their power output. On the other hand, I have a lucky clone Charizard that is close to being a hundo. Ooh. Clone and other costume Pokemon are Pogo exclusive and time limited, so the chances of a re-release or re-roll are much less, so it might be worth to use it on one of those. The major issue is that in this case, my clone Charizard isn't as usable as my shiny Lucky G-Max Mega Charizard. This has an expiration date, so I won't have much time to decide, but hope we are all happy with our choices. Love the good vibes given off there, but yeah, this is a good example of like a real issue. You're not trying to be super meta. You've kind of pared it down to an interesting thing of like, oh, this is a fun Pokemon because it's clone or whatever. But as I stack it up next to, you said your
it really
Charizard.
boils down to, though, the stats don't matter that much.
Right.
Especially
but a
because
hundo does.
That's what I'm saying, though. The value is in the hundo itself.
Right.
So you don't have to worry whether it's going to be as valuable in battle or not.
Right.
I think is the big one.
Yeah.
Next one is from Mr. Stark 13. They said, for me, my choice for the gold bottle cap is a no-brainer, Diancie. My biggest goal I've been working on over the past couple of years was getting the hundos of all Pokemon that can Mega Evolve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the point where I only have 2 left, Audino and Diancie. It's already level 50, got a buddy ribbon, and is max Mega level. Maxing out the IVs is the last step for Diancie. As soon as this is done, I'll just have to get Audino. And that is until Pokemon Legends ZA potentially adds new Megas to the list. That's quite a feat, and this is literally perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, this is kind of made for that scenario. Diancie, you're really not going to get another chance, so that's awesome. Good call. Sarah Laura said, quick and easy, Crown Shield Shiny Paris Background Zamazenta 13, 14, 13. It ticks all the boxes except the IVs, which once fixed will make it as special as it can be until Pogo find another way to create uniqueness / traceability with the game.
Nailed it. That's my thought process around it right now too.
I like the self-awareness of the potential misery in the future. That's always great.
Next one's from Bunny Man. They said, I'm all in on sentimental or silly rather than practical. I'll use the cap on either my shiny Lucky Psyduck, because I just love that Pokemon so much, or the shiny Farfetch from the original Egg event in 2019. A legendary never even crossed my mind.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, respect for sure.
Yep. T Magma Tyler said, my first thought was to use it on my 15-13-15 Mew, since it's the best Pokemon ever, but I think I'd rather hold out and hope for a silver bottle cap since I only need 1 stat maxed. If I don't get a Hundozation during Global Go Fest, I'll use it on a shiny Lucky Background-zation, but if I do, it'll get used on my Meloetta for Master League.
Oh, Tyler, you're rocking the exact same mindset that I've got over this weekend. Why do we do this to ourselves?
Well, you got to have contingency plans. It's important,
Next one's from Nate Dogg. They said, it's all about your own priorities. For any hundo hunters like myself, the main priority has to be for a mythical or similar one-time catch like Zygarde. Then the next questions can be about utility, sentimentality, and so on. I'll be doing Zygarde myself. I think Zygarde is a very good, catch-all answer, 100%.
Yeah, there was somebody who left a comment. I wish I had pulled it down. Somebody left a comment on the episode, I think on Spotify, that said, all of you will regret doing Zygarde, mark my words, the shiny isn't out yet, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, this is just the tinfoil hat trainer in the corner, just screaming, raving at the clouds, But a fair point. A fair point. Maxitron said, almost certainly my Zygarde, another Zygarde, since I've gone through the effort to change its form to the complete form and power it up to 50. If I play Master League, it's on my team. Other top contenders are my singular Caldeo, Zarude, and Armored Mewtwo. I'm looking mostly at Pokemon that will never be released again. A friend of mine is going to train their Apex Lugia, which I agree is a fine choice. I am not sure you can do Apex because Shadows you can't use it on.
I don't think you can do Apex.
Yeah, I am not entirely sure if it will qualify in the code or if Apex will be treated differently or not. But yeah, just something to consider,
Also, potential against Zarude. If we ever get Dada Zarude, there's a possibility of seeing more Zarude over somebody else.
I don't think we got the shiny yet either, so we'll eventually see that as well.
So,
yeah.
Next one's from Monkey Bread, and they said, I'm going with shiny Meloetta. Personally, I don't think it's worth it to use the golden bottle cap on a raidable Pokemon, since you can just lucky swap them for better IVs or raid more for them. I see a lot of people bottle capping Zygardes, but I feel he'll definitely be raidable at some point. Ooh, I don't agree with that.
I don't think so. I don't think so either.
Zygarde is Atlas from Greek mythology holding the route system up on its back. The moment Zygarde is available anywhere else, the routes literally like collapse in on themselves like a black hole.
So I agree, except that you're shortchanging poor old Mateo a little bit.
No, I'm not. Mateo is like the sprinkle on top of the cake, and Zygarde is like the cake itself. If you don't have the cake, very select few people are eating just sprinkles.
Does Mateo owe you money or something? Is that the problem here? Sounds
yeah,
like
he owes me a shiny white striped basculin.
Good point. Fair.
It ran from me. We're going to move on. Next one. That's
okay. Hyenas are good, said, as a semi-free-to-play player who's gone full casual at level 50, I will not be picking up this particular battle cap at $20. I do spend real money on the game, but only at GoFest and Global, which give me a lot of fun within a concrete window of time when my friends are also more likely to be playing. The cap seems well designed for someone who already plays a fair amount between events, but I'm not looking to sign up for that at this time. If I did have this battle cap, I'd go with a favorite that has both Master League and PvE play, Shiny Xerneas. So majestic. Sure, it's not the perfect choice if you grind raids all the time, but given how I play now, my choice is more informed by which Pokemon I would love to take to 50 and use every chance I get, even when it isn't the most meta pick. Yep, this is great. That's a great answer.
Also, Xerneas is great, so... Yeah, absolutely.
Full stop. Good Pokemon. Yep.
Next one comes in the form of an email from a Trainer Doodles. They said, a Trainer Doodles here. I was actually having a really hard time figuring out what I would bottle cap, even to the point where I contemplated not even purchasing it. The leading candidate for the longest time was my shiny 13-14-14 Rayquaza named Maverick.
Yeah.
Then everyone started saying you should spend it on a shiny mythical. So my thoughts drifted toward my 13-13-13 shiny Celebi, named Bradford, or my yet to be caught because I haven't gone to a cool location like Trainer Tips to catch it, shiny Meloetta. Yet it felt like a waste because both of those options aren't abysmal IVs. However, you two solved my conundrum. You mentioned Mewtwo when you listed off Pokemon, and my one and only shiny Mewtwo named Tuco is an abominable 10-11-10.
Ooh.
So unless I get a shiny Zamazenta with worse IVs, I think Tuco is going to get the battle cap. Once again, thanks for your unintended help, a Trainer Doodles. P.S. I hunt for a Hundo Smeargle every morning because I've got one of the lock-on Flying Press Smeargles. If I had a shiny of that Lil Cup Menace, they'd be getting that bottle cap.
Oh my gosh, is that thing still good? Oh boy.
I mean, for Little Cup, if it's legal, it's good. I know that it's been not legal in some Little Cups, I'm pretty sure.
I couldn't tell you. I
Lock-on
cannot
is
confirm
a
nor deny.
menace to this game. As evidenced by the fact that Regieleki with its Thundering Cage or whatever its signature move is, and Lock On as a fast move is one of the best electric types in the game for DPS.
Well, thank you very much, A Trainer Doodles. This next email is from Lou the Legend. What up? Good morning, Chris and Kyle. I have purchased a Go Pass Deluxe Ancients Recovered and have been giving some thought to which Pokemon I will use my gold bottle cap on. Since it would be my lucky shiny New York City backgroundization from GoFest, or maybe one of the shiny mythicals for which we are only granted one encounter. Those are the those are the most practical choices, not the only. I appreciate leaving the door open. But those that know me know I do not often make the practical choice. So I will be using my gold bottle cap on the Blake Bortles of Pokemon. You know, that Pokemon that you have an unnecessary and irrational love for that is extremely mediocre. Well, that Pokemon for me was caught at Go Toward Johto, my first level 50 Pokemon, my best buddy of all best buddies, Vibe, the shiny Ladian.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. Good vibes. I've been looking for a Hundo Ladian for quite some time, and this particular Ladian is far and away my favorite Pokemon that I've encountered in all of the years of playing the game. So it feels just right that he would be the one to get the royal treatment. Maybe when the next gold bottle cap comes out, I'll use it on something more practical, Or maybe by then, Grapped Locked will be in the game, and I'll have a shiny one of those to use the cap on instead. Good Pokemon choice as well. Sorry for the long email. Shiny Vibes All, Lewis, a.k.a. Lou the Legend. P.S. Chris, I'm sorry I forgot to bring you a Kit Kat at GoFest. I wanted to be able to eat one with someone else that knows how to properly eat a candy bar. Winky face. Yes, we'll have to do that. We'll remedy that at some point in time, Lou. We will. I promise. But I love this. I love the whole, like, flying in the face of meta, and just using it on the thing that you actually like the most. Again, I'm using it on a shiny Galarian Meowth, and I'm gonna be happy.
And my fallback is a shiny Gengar, like.
Yep.
That I already have 4 hundos of not shiny. So
got to do it again.
Yeah.
Run it back. Right. All right. Well, thanks for that. We have one voicemail from Sarah Amanda for this as well.
Hey, GOCast. It's Sarah Amanda here. So I think I really didn't think too hard about it. For gold bottle cap, I would go, immediately my thought is shiny mythical, because, you only get 1 or 2 chances at mythicals and go. It's basically the non-shiny and the shiny, and then you're done with your RNG chances. So I'll just well do the shiny one at that point. So, and then I was like, okay, what would I actually want to max out if I did have a shundo of something? And so I'm like, okay, Meloetta. Because my Meloetta did not roll very well, so all the numbers need to go up. And then the other thing was, I used to do Pokemon Showdown like during Gen 5, and I think I actually did use Meloetta in my team. So I have a little warm, fuzzy spot for Meloetta. That's all. Peace. Sarah Amanda.
Great answer. Can't argue with that. Yep. Good choice. Good choice, Sarah Amanda. We love that. All right. Thanks, everybody, for your answers. Appreciate it.
Now, for this week's PokéPoll, we have, what was your top catch, achieved goal, or memory from GoFest Global 2025?
Okay, so we can't answer this yet. And if you're listening during GoFest, you can't answer it yet either. So when you're done, come on back and brag at what you got, or share a fun memory, or wherever the case might be. Maybe your community ambassador is just popping off and had some cute baked goods or something. Like, we want to hear about how your GoFest went and what your highlight was, whether it is Pokemon or the people that you choose to play with. So looking forward to hearing answers and sharing them with everybody listening next week. Appreciate it. Speaking of appreciating it, Mr. Kyle, where are we in this show? Weird, right? It worked. It worked.
It's time for emails.
That's right. And one singular voicemail. We are going to start with that voicemail. It's from Sarah Lore.
Hi, Kyle and Chris. This is Sarah Lore, aka Guyton.
And Conrad.
And we are back from GoFest Paris, and we thought we'd send in a little bit of an update on what we did and what we thought of it all. And tell me, Conrad, what was some of your highlights?
Well, this wasn't a highlight per se. I got 6 shiny Corphish out of my 81 shinies.
Yes, across the weekend you got 81 shinies, but
that's crazy.
6 of them, nearly 10%, were Corphish. What else?
3 shiny Train Phalanxes.
And 2 Frigibacks as well.
Yeah.
And
the shiny Go-Go-Tand Carbink.
So you got pretty much everything you needed from it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, to be honest, yeah.
And for me, I got 3 shiny background Zamazenta, which I really wanted, and makes excellent trade fodder at some point, because I wanted and didn't get the background card Zacian, shiny Zacian. So I'm still hunting that, but I didn't get the Frigibacks, but I know someone who does.
You need to get a good trade.
Yeah, I might have to do a trade with him on that at some point. The only other thing I'd say is I loved the layout of Paris. It was fantastic. The chateau and the park were all beautiful. And although it was hot in the middle, there was shade around the outside. And once they'd added a few more stops from Friday and into Saturday, and we went on Saturday, it helped, because we could just be all in the shade walking around, and it was really nice and calm, and we could catch as much as we wanted. And it just all looked beautiful. It's the best looking sort of GoFest that I've been to. I've only been to 2. I've been to London and Madrid. And what else do you want to say, Conrad?
I don't know if this was in New Jersey or Japan one, that there was a giant inflatable Pikachu.
Oh, yeah. That
Ooh.
inflatable Pikachu at the
Yeah.
Chateau was amazing. All right. Thank you very much, Chris and Kyle. We'll speak soon.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Yeah.
Wow.
Paris sounded like it was killer, but I think Conrad was the big winner.
81 shinies in 3 days is
81 shinies. You
is
know,
really good.
6 Corphish is the sin that you have to take. Unfortunately, when you walk away with 2 Frigibacks and 3 failings, that's incredible.
Hey, I know a trainer in my local community. I actually don't know if they play anymore, but they used to. They were hardcore Corphish fans. They only put Corphish in gyms. They only cared about Corphish. So Chris is like, couldn't be me.
It takes all kinds of people.
It
in
does
this
take
world.
all kinds to
you
make
know.
Pokemon go round.
Anyway, good luck, Sarah Laura, finding a proper and worthy trade for one of those Frigibacks. Hats off to both of you. Thank you for writing in. Paris sounded like it was great. The venue sounded fantastic. And I have seen the inflatable Pikachu, but it was at an NAIC, the one in Columbus.
Okay.
And I'm sure there was one at a Go Fest. Maybe I just don't remember it, But yeah, it's cool. I love it. If it's the same like 3-story one that I saw, it's awesome. Quite a sight to behold. All right. Well, thank you very much for the voicemail.
Our first email is from Anonymous, and they said, "Hey guys, so weird one question for you. I have joined my local community after listening to your podcast for a long time now in hopes of making some friends while playing. It worked. Thank you guys so much. I'm a hardcore player and have been playing solo since launch. The leader of the group is a great guy. Today during Com Day for Jangmo, the leader invited me over to his house, and to say he's breaking TOS is an understatement. By doing so, he has everything. I am a type of gamer who likes the grind. We are lucky best friends. How would you ask for the Pokemon that the leader caught through Pokemon approved channels without offending the leader of your community that you just joined? Sorry for the long email. This feels like a Reddit post, not an email. Would love your advice."
I don't think this is a difficult question, actually.
Well, what would you do?
I have no problem. This is a personal flaw of like just shooting a snide comment of somebody and being holier than thou. I think it's funny every once in a while to be snarky like that.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I would just simply be like, I care about X, Y, and Z. In this case, TOS. So, do you have any Pokemon? Do you remember having any Pokemon that you could trade that you caught, without using, I don't even want to list them, but like stuff that would help you get Pokemon that you otherwise would not be able to get, right? Normally, you can probably stipulate that, and they might be okay with that, and they might not. And if you're really concerned about it, just forego the trade. Just wait.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
just don't do it for a while.
I think the real answer, the simplest answer, is just ask for a rateable Pokemon.
Yeah, that's a good workaround.
It doesn't really matter what it is at this point. If we were in 2019 and you asked for Mesprit, that would be problematic, but not so much anymore. So, lucky tradeization or something else that has been in raids that you'd like a better lucky. And that way you don't have to feel guilty if it maybe was potentially gotten by breaking the TOS, because it can always technically be gotten legally.
Yeah, that's a really smart workaround. Yeah, because all raids can be remote raided, so it doesn't really matter if you know where they are or not. It's not like you're using something to find hundos in your area, right?
Yeah,
that's different. And then even if they did trade you that, it's going to re-roll stats anyway, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Kyle, that's a good piece of advice. I would do that. Well, hopefully Anonymous.
If you still worry about bringing up the topic, maybe wait till you think you have a better rapport to bring it up in a way that maybe Chris mentioned a little bit. Because I feel like even you, Chris, if you just met somebody and were just talking to them, if you had wanted to build a relationship with them, you probably wouldn't say that.
I don't know, because if somebody can't take me being a little mean to them because that's my love language, then I don't think it would work out.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I am of
I
similar
mean,
opinions, but I feel
yeah.
like that is not a majority opinion. So
I suppose so. But I mean, like, one of the reasons like you and I got along so famously is because we picked on each other constantly.
I'm so mean to the people I like. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Me too. It's great.
Sometimes it's a problem.
It's great. I've had
Sometimes.
people ask me before, like when I'm like around people I've known forever, like since high school or like you or something, and been like, is everything okay? Like, what do you mean? Everything's
Yeah,
perfectly
what?
fine.
Yeah.
We're not fighting. Oh, we're just talking. This is communication, folks. Sorry. Yeah. All right. We got an email from Maxitron as well. Hey, welcome back to another section of listener email responses. This is Maxitron responding to the response of my PokéPoll and zany idea of where would you host a GoFest. Quick recap, I talked about places like Key West and then went off the deep end into a river run idea because I did a research day on a lazy river. This is still a purely left field, not feasible idea, but I'll defend it like a metapod using Harden. All right, quick thing about sharks and gators. They really, truly don't care to be bothered by people much, even the big ones. We aren't their food source, and we are about as big as they are, and look bigger when we're standing or floating horizontal. Now, I'm not saying you should approach them or hug them, but I have, and I still have all 20 Wug Trio and haven't even needed so much as a potion to heal from a fight. It's more like the Safari Zone where you watch them closely, or where they watch you closely. They'll eat a snack you toss their way, and they run if you inch too close or toss a rock at them. I'll attach some photos, and there were some photos like gators and swimming and stuff. Pretty cool. As for sunburn and how these tubes work on the rivers, it's pretty awesome. Some of the tubes you can see on rivers like the Rainbow River, more on that beautiful river in a second. There are some as big as small rafts with pockets and bottoms in them where you don't even have contact with the water in its native blissful 70-something degree chill, and others still with pockets where your bum is the only thing in the water. I don't like that. I don't like having my butt just in the water. Crystal clear water the whole way, and like I said before, it's as slow as walking speed. We have maybe one Class 1 rapid sometimes in all of the state. So if GOCast Kyle is drifting away from the group, it's because Kyle packed some fins, flipped himself off his tube, and is pushing his tube along like a tugboat to get to some shaded branch of the river. Sunburns happen, but bring your rash guard, broad-brimmed hat, and sunscreen your legs, and you're pretty much good. Okay. But some of these rivers are pretty awesome. I'll go gloat. I love it. I'll go gloat about my favorite, Rainbow River. Now, if you're looking for the source of Skittles, you won't get that. But if you bring a mask or goggles and just look down periodically, you see every color you can perceive with your non-mantis shrimp eyes. Stunning
Nice.
red Ludwigia, green river grasses, blue spring heads, teal boils among yellow sand, and that's just underwater. Wading birds of all kind whistling and perched, turtles, swan diving off logs, and little brown otters making serpentine strokes across the silver mid-distant surface of the river. The fish ain't coming to bother you, and the gators, if they're even nearby, are probably are probably going to despawn if you start tracking them. I believe you have to return at night or use Lunala's adventure effect to get a surprise encounter with one of those. Circling back to a more tame idea, I did just do a lazy river on Jangmo-O Community Day, and that was awesome. Yeah, I wasn't trying to get the most shinies, but I did get to test run this lazy river GoFest idea. My legs and feet didn't hurt after finishing my float. I got the candies I needed, got out, and took a 2-hour nap while my Go Plus finished out the event for me, nabbing a few extra shinies. Can you scale any of these up to paid event? No, probably not. Would be cool if there was a lazy river as part of a GoFest somewhere, but it'd have to be at some super fancy resort. All right, I know a lot of these pictures aren't truly helping the case, but none of them were from near any of these rivers I'd tell people to go on. The shark was from Hawaii and swam away as soon as I touched it, like when a cat does after you pet it for 2.5 seconds. Golden bottle cap, lucky trinket luck, egg walking vibes, all Maxitron. Yeah, you're still not selling me. But I understand why this would be fun for some people. I am just unfortunately, not some people in this case. Would you lazy river an event, Kyle?
No, but I would potentially with like a group of friends do it.
Okay.
Not like for Go, though.
Okay.
My sister used to do this when, 15 years ago. It's been a long time.
Sure.
With like a group of friends, they'd bring a bunch of beer. They'd lazy river down the river. They'd set up camp. They'd drink for the day. Next day, they'd, come back.
That's the way to do it. That sounds great. I'm just not a river person. I'm not a pond person. I'm not a lake person. I'm an inland guy. I'm a ground cat.
Ground cat.
I am a ground cat. That's right. All right. Thank you, folks. If you, dear listener, would like to leave us a voicemail or an email like these fine folks did, you can. You can email us at mail@gocastpodcast.com or leave a voicemail by calling 262-586-7717 or email/upload to the patron Discord a voice file, and we will figure it out and get it on the show. We did that for both of these files here today. Visit our website for all things GoCast Podcast. Follow us on Twitter and, X, not sorry, actually, and Threads at GoCast Podcast. You can support us via Patreon for at least $1 a month. That gets you access to our patron-exclusive Discord. That's spelled patreon.com/GoCast Podcast. And there you go. Looking forward to it. We got a lot of new supporters lately. Thank you all very, very much. Very much appreciate that, and great to see you in there, especially a lot of familiar faces that we've gotten to know at live events. So thank you. Speaking of elite trainers, it is unfortunately my turn. I'm hoping that my throat holds out for this. Shout outs to elite trainers. Bo, Daniel, Lori, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin, and Mimi Swartz, with Sue and Ryan, Thayer, Jason, Justin, Charles, Motters, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Stephen, Nick, our favorite listener, Tutu, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, Sailor, Memorandums, Nabil, Tish, Jacob, Matthew, Don, John, Paul, Micah, Sean, Dave, Nessical, Purple Opal, Nergofon, Beta Ski, Cyprian, Don, Fear the Turtle, Chad, and Everdark Raven. Thank you so much. There we go. For your generous support and for helping us keep the digital lights on, amongst other things, like helping us afford the meetup that we had in New Jersey. It would not have been possible without you guys helping that out. If you would like to also help out the show, but monetary support isn't in the cards for you, or you've already done that and you'd like to double up, which you'd be my hero, you can leave a review where all good reviews can be left. Please consider doing it. It'll take you just a second, and it helps us out immensely with discoverability and all that stuff. And I know I say that all the time, but discoverability is like peak when it comes to podcasts, getting more listeners, getting exposure, and things like that. So leaving a review really, really helps out. So thank you for in advance if you'd like to do that. And if you have done it already, thanks a million. All right, Mr. Kyle, time to set some goals for our GoFest Global Experience. This will be pretty quick, at least for me. Looks like you're squared away as well. Why don't you go ahead?
All right. Got to set some unrealistic goals, some realistic goals. Shiny Frigibacks. You can't go without setting that goal.
That's right.
Same for Shiny Carbink. If you're trying, you gotta put it down there. Neither of us are getting both of those, but that's okay. I want Shiny Marini. That's actually what I want more than anything else from this event, personally. So I really
it's very
hope I
doable
get
too.
that.
Yeah.
Shiny Dogs. I want both Zacian and Zamazenta. I don't have either. I'm setting a goal for a Hundo Zacian. That is a pipe dream. I will be doing a lot of raids, but I will not be able to go as hard as I did last year on Necrozma. So
yeah. Thankfully, what we're playing on Sunday will probably keep you in a reasonable level.
You send me the remote raids, I'll do them. If I don't accept your remote raid, it's probably because I'm already in another raid. There's a very good likelihood. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
Setting 20 shinies. I don't think I'm going to be going crazy on shinies. I'm keeping my expectations low for this weekend. And 5 million experience. That's what we're going for.
All right. And you shared this with me, but we didn't say on the show, how close are you to level 50 now?
I am halfway through level 49. I need 15 million more experience.
Okay.
I am going to get my experience before I do 999 excellent throws.
Oh, okay. Sure. This is going to be the year, though, right? You think you're going to hit 50 by the end of the year?
100%.
Man, it only took three years.
Yeah.
My man is playing at his own pace, and nobody can blame him for that. I actually have a lot of respect for it, because now I've been at 50 for so long. It's just like, I guess I'll hatch eggs for the rest of my life. Like, that's fine, you know. Speaking of, my goals are catch a shiny Frigibax, catch a shiny Carbink, because I did not get them at Jersey. 200 plus eggs hatched. I'm already kind of on my way. I'm at 40 already. 30 million Stardust total. I'm at 29.1 million Stardust. So I'd like to have 30 million just in my inventory because it sounds like a nice number. 30 shinies total and a shiny Dapper Pikachu, the yellow one. That's the last one I need to complete the set. I'd like to complete that out. It'd be really nice. Yeah. All right, folks. That's it for this episode, this extra long GoFest Global Prep episode. We'll see you next time for episode 331. Thank you for listening all the way through, and good luck with GoFest Global. We wish you all the luck in the world, all the shiny vibes, all that good stuff. So until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.